There's so many advantages to being a Canadian, and you know, it takes being somebody from outside Canada to realize that often and to say, I'm going to make that leap of faith, I'm going to become a Canadian. I think the roundtable discussions are so important to our ceremonies. I think they give people a chance to say what they believe. They don't feel frightened. They don't feel that somebody's going to hold it against them if they say they hate snow or they don't like the cold weather or they wish they could have their credentials recognized. They don't feel that we will say, oh, well, then you shouldn't be part of us. They feel that we will understand them, and I think that's very important. That's why the roundtables are important, to give a context of understanding to new citizens.
We're very happy. I love my job here.
So, as far as I'm concerned, Canada is my home. I've been here long enough for that.
I came from Sri Lanka.
My wedding's in September.
I was so excited. And you should see me playing in the snow like a 2-year-old.
Are you making friends? Are you learning about other cultures, other people, other languages?
Language was a huge barrier for me. It was a total cultural shock.
And the whole process was a long one. It took a year.
Yeah, but you were counting the days.
Kids are looking at me like, what's wrong with this kid? I'm like, I'm freezing.
So the first year, he tried the hardest he could to eat my mom's food.
It's just about getting used to different cultures. It's like getting used to a different weather, different whatever, you know?
It takes a long time, right? You start forgetting about the things that you left behind.
That's what defines you as a citizen, I think.
I've actually been very lucky and privileged to say that I met somebody that comes from Zimbabwe. I've met somebody that comes from Japan. It actually has a husband who's Romanian. And also somebody from Scotland, and of course
Venezuela.
From Brazil, Mexico.
I'm Portuguese.
Egypt and India, Yugoslavia.
Latvia, Poland.
She's from South Africa.
Germany.
North Korea, South Korea.
And Sri Lanka.
I learned something from Lori. That's in Italian. It's auguri a tutti. So that means congratulations, everybody. Italy rocks. We rock on.
You know, when you come from either war-torn countries or countries where there's tensions, I think they found a calmer sort of way of life here, and this is more of a way of bringing up a family.
Canada is the land of opportunity especially for the women. That's what I found in Canada. And I'm proud being Canadian.
We feel very peaceful here, neutrality, embracing multiculturalism.
We are not secluded to our own communities. Canadians are really kind people, very friendly, very helpful.
And our biggest challenge that we discussed was probably learning the actual language.
We have my mother here, Victoria, who came from Italy and has been here for 42 years and finally is becoming a Canadian citizen. We're all so proud to be a part of this beautiful country. You're treated equally under the law here, and it's just, you feel like you're at home because there are so many different people from everywhere here, and you don't feel alone.
There's a lot of challenges and sacrifices that one has to make. When you live in another country and you have a profession, right? Say you're a doctor or an engineer or an accountant, and when you come here, that experience that you have is not really validated, and you have to start from the bottom again. But we said that in the end, it's all worth it because your children, they get all the opportunities of this country.
And that's what defined us as being Canadian, really. Having our heritage as the countries from where we came from, but our futures being here in Canada and being able to make a contribution here and integrate.
Coming to a new country is very stressful, it's bittersweet, and it takes tremendous courage. For it is no small feat to leave the streets of your childhood and start all over again. But today is not a day to dwell on the tears of the past. Today is a day to celebrate your achievements and to focus on the future. From today forward, you will have new rights, including the right to vote and the right to hold public office. These rights are what you get from your country. But remember that with these rights come responsibilities, and as you well know, the list of responsibilities is much longer than the list of rights. It is your responsibility to obey the laws, to vote in elections, to respect the rights and freedoms of others as you express your opinion freely, to care for our heritage, to volunteer and help the less fortunate. These responsibilities are what you give to your country. I affirm that I will...
A gallery like the McMichael with its treasures inside, that all belongs to them now. Our new Canadians own part of these institutions. This is part of them. And so I think it's very, very important that we give them access to the things that are theirs already.
As a Canadian citizen.
Please be seated.
Becoming a citizen today is a wonderful feeling. It's a major accomplishment for myself and my family. I'm proud to be Canadian.
Canadian passport really does open up a lot of places in the world for me to visit and also to represent Canada. And I believe Canadian tourists are always very well welcomed and they have a good reputation through the world.
The Institute was merely a means of helping new Canadians feel that they belong, that the country is their country and that they can participate in it and that they are free to be everywhere in the country and feel that it belongs to them.
And now you can officially say that you're Canadian, just as any Canadian who was born on Canadian soil. So I'd like you to practice that. Can you say, I'm Canadian? Comes in really handy at the border, so...